Hello and welcome everyone. My name is Ayushi Saxena. I am currently pursuing BTech in Computer Science and Engineering, final year from Moradabad Institute of Technology. Today I am going to give a presentation on my seminar topic, that is Digital Twin. Digital Twin Technology, a disruptive technology that promises to revolutionize the industry. So today we will be discussing about the following contents: Introduction to Digital Twin, features, architecture, creating a digital twin, maturity model, IoT versus digital twin, advantages and applications. Okay, so the main question which arises in our minds is that what exactly is a digital twin? So a digital twin is a virtual representation of a real-life object or device. If you think that sounds a lot like 3D renderings of computer-aided design models, you'd be right. But where digital twins differ crucially from simple 3D models is that they also combine the physical elements and the dynamics of how that object or device operates in the real world. Digital twins do this by combining data collected from sensors on the device with knowledge related to the design, build, operation and servicing of the physical twin. Intelligence in the form of analytics, physics and machine learning is then built on top of the data, acting as the brain, the digital twin, and making things like predictive modeling, optimization and early warning systems possible. Now let us discuss about its characteristics. The first characteristic is connectivity. The technology enables connectivity between the physical component and its digital counterpart. Without it, digital twin technology would not exist. Second is homogenization. The homogenization of data and the decoupling of information from its physical artifact have allowed digital twins to come into existence. Third is reprogrammable and smart. Our digital twin enables a physical product to be reprogrammable in a certain way through the sensors on the physical product, artificial intelligence technologies, and predictive analytics. Fourth is digital traces. These traces can be used by engineers, for example, when a machine malfunctions, to go back and check the traces of digital twin to diagnose where the problem occurred. And the last is modularity. By adding modularity to the manufacturing models, manufacturers gain the ability to tweak models and machines. Next is the attributes of digital twin. The attributes that help to differentiate true digital twins from others are: first, a digital twin is virtual model of a real thing. Second, it simulates both the physical state and behavior of the thing. Third, it is unique and associated with single specific instance of the thing. It is connected to the thing, updating itself in response to known changes to the thing's state, condition or context. And the last, a digital twin provides value through visualization, analysis, prediction or optimization. The next topic is underlying technologies. So basically there are 5 underlying technology trends which are used in digital twins. These are: first, IoT or Internet of Things. High precision sensors enable continuous collection of machine data, state and condition from the physical asset to its digital twin in real life via wireless networks. Next is cloud computing. It allows storage and processing of large volumes of machine data from the asset and its digital twin in real time. Next is API and open standards. They provide the necessary tool to extract, share and harmonize data from multiple systems that contribute to a single digital twin. Next is artificial intelligence. It leverages historical and real-time data paired with the machine learning frameworks to make predictions about future scenarios or events that will occur within the context of the asset. And the last is augmented, mixed and virtual reality. They render the spatial model and visualization of the digital twin, providing the medium for collaboration and interaction with it. Next comes the features of digital twins. As it is visible in the table, the digital twin comes with a lots of features, which includes first the document management. To manage all the documents through its life cycle, document management is used. Next, model or modeling. It is basically representing of the properties of physical devices. Next is 3D representation. It is used for representing properties in 3D environment. Simulation, which is used for representing the device in its simulation environment. Data model. A data model basically specifies various activities. Visualization. It is used to visualize the object in graphical manner. Model synchronization, to synchronize the model with the real world. And last, connected analytics, to generate results using analytics. The next thing which we will discuss is the architecture of digital twin. This figure shows the architecture of the digital twin. So basically it involves 4 stages: data and data collection, data pipelines, data integrity, and data egress. Now let us understand this with the help of the figure. The first stage is data collection. The industrial digital transformation begins with building operational digital twins. These are comprised of 2 types of data: model data and time series data. Model data is used to construct the digital representation of real world things by constructing a graph model, and time series data represents observations of the state of some physical thing at a given time. It can be either continuous or discrete. Next is the data pipelines. In this step, the disparate array of data sources from the data collection stage are merged into a single coherent model and exported into the element graph. Next is data integrity. It also looks at the actual data streams to detect issues with calibration, connectivity, or even physical issues with the instrumentation that collects the physical data. This is a set of analysis on either single variate or multivariate data. And the last is data egress. Once collected, organized into a digital twin and analyzed to ensure trust in the accuracy of the data, the final stage is making use of digital twin we have built to unlock a whole range of analytics value. Next is creating a digital twin. Creation of digital twin involves following steps. First, create. With the help of sensors, inputs are taken in this step. Next, communicate. Network connection is established in this step. Next is aggregate. It supports data ingestion. Analyze. It is used to analyze and visualize the data. Insight. It collects insight from analytics and are presented in this state. And the last is act. The act step is where actionable insights from the previous steps can be fed back to the physical asset and digital process to achieve the impact of the digital twin. Next is the implementation phase. The implementation phase involves all the steps from the previous state, that is the creation of the digital twin, that is to integrate, connect, analyze, and use the digital insights to create new services that transform the company. By following these steps, we can generate or implement our digital twin. Next is the maturity model. The maturity model of digital twin involves the following levels: partial, clone, and augmented. In partial level, it contains enough data sources to create derivation data for further analysis. Next is clone. This level is useful in prototyping and data characterization phases of IoT development. And last is augmented. It enhances the data from the connected asset with derivative data, correlated data from federated sources, or intelligent data from the analytics and algorithms. Next topic which comes is IoT versus digital twin. So IoT involves every single device that is either connected or could be connected to the internet and controlled that way. On the other hand, digital twin is a virtual replica of an object, system, process, product, or service. Unlike Internet of Things that must meet the criteria of being able to connect to the internet and be controlled, a virtual twin can be anything you can imagine. Moreover, This concept doesn't necessarily have to be an object, because twinning can involve replicating a system, process, or anything else that is intangible but crucial for business. Next comes the advantages of digital twin. The advantages of digital twin involve improved design, improved build, better early detection and warnings, new opportunities, aggregated data, and post-manufacturing visibility of products. All these advantages are because of all the features and characteristics of the digital twins. The next topic is the applications of digital twins. So digital twins find its applications in various fields. In most important areas, like whether it is in designing and manufacturing the product, to virtualize a hospital system, that is in healthcare sector, for capturing the spatial and temporal implications to optimize urban sustainability for developing smart cities. It can also be designed to make the virtual model of vehicles before its actual construction, which is in the automobile sector. It also has its applications in retail and space sectors also. And other than these fields or these sectors, digital twin has applications in n number of fields also. So that's all about the digital twins. Thank you.